Hello everyone, and for today's vlog post, I'm going to be responding to a question left by a viewer of mine on my last vlog post. Raymond Liu wanted to know the correct way to pronounce the TH digraph in words like mother and father. Well, thank you very much for this question, Raymond. And please note that this piece is written specifically for my Singaporean and Malaysian viewers in mind, so a lot of the references here will be from that part of the world. The TH sound is known as the voiced dental fricative. That's when you place the tip of your tongue at the bottom of your two front teeth. You then force air through that gap between your tongue and your teeth, like this. Let's get a close-up. It's really not that hard a sound to make, but it happens to be one of those sounds in English that does confound a lot of non-native speakers of English for a very simple reason. This sound is not found in most European or Asian languages. It's not found in French, it's not found in German, not in Japanese, not in Chinese. So non-native speakers of English usually turn the TH sound into a T, a D, an F, a B, an S, or even a Z sound. So if you speak English but you can't make the TH sound, don't feel bad. It's not a big deal because English is such an international lingua franca today. Many Black Americans can't make the TH sound neither, and most Irish people don't pronounce it when they speak English. And even in England, there are groups who struggle with the TH sound despite them being English people born in England. So for example, American rapper 50 Cent is famous for his US #1 single in Da Club. He didn't say in the club, it was in Da Club. I listen to a lot of K-pop and most Koreans simply can't do the TH sound at all. In his hit single Gentleman, K-pop superstar Psy sang, I'm a motherfucker gentleman. It's interesting when you take a word like mouth and different people from different countries mispronounce it differently. The Koreans will say mouse, whilst in Singapore and Malaysia, they'll tend to say mouth.
Yeah, you don't put that thing in your mouth, okay?
And in India and Ireland, they would say mouth.
Boo, you don't put that thing in your mouth.
This is because the TH sound is not found in any of the native languages spoken in these countries. So if everyone makes the same mistake and speaks the same way, somehow you don't feel like there's anything wrong with the way you speak. And if you're happy with the way you sound and the way you speak, great! But if you would like to improve the way you speak English, then this episode is for you. I am now going to go through several pairs of words that Singaporeans often treat as homophones. A good example of a homophone would be wait and wait. Different words, different spelling, different meaning, but pronounced exactly the same way. Homophones do exist in English, but the following are not homophones. Other, there, tree, three, those, tank, thank, true, through, rudder, rather, puff, path, with, torn, thorn, dam, then, tin, thin. Now, my mother has actually said this to me before. Ayo, we have always spoken English with Singaporean accent in Singapore and we have always gotten by fine. So why do we need to start now and bother with little details like that, huh? Now, there are a few good reasons why you should think about the way you speak English. Firstly, it will give you more confidence to deal with people from other countries who will struggle to understand English with a very strong Singaporean or Malaysian accent. Here's the thing that Singaporeans and Malaysians assume. you guys have no difficulty whatsoever understanding British or American English because you watch plenty of movies and TV programs from the US and the UK. But the reverse simply isn't true at all.
Excuse me, do you have a toilet?
Yeah, got, there got.
Sorry, where's the toilet?
Down there got, toilet got lah.
Sorry?
Hey, what wrong with you Hey, Ang Mo, I speak English, you don't understand, is it?
Most British and American people actually do have a real difficulty understanding people from Singapore and Malaysia, and this is not about them being racist. No, it's simply them trying to understand an accent they're not used to hearing. Secondly, I'd like you to do a little role reversal, okay? Imagine if you meet a white person who's struggling to speak Mandarin or Malay and he makes a glaring error. You hear it immediately, and it's pretty obvious what the mistake is.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah?
I'm looking for Bucket Baytok Nature Park.
Sorry, where?
Bucket Baytok?
Oh, it's pronounced Bukit Batok.
Bucket Baytok.
Bukit Batok. You can
Okay.
take the MRT there. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm meeting people at Tanjong Pager MRT.
Now it's glaringly obvious when someone makes a mistake like that. You hear it immediately. So how would you feel if you knew that the people you're speaking to realize that you're making all these mistakes as well in English, even if they're too polite to correct you on the spot? How do you think your mistakes would affect their impressions of you? And hey, we're not just talking about white people here. No. We're talking about dealing with very well-educated Singaporeans and Malaysians who do speak English flawlessly. Now imagine if you're in a situation like a job interview or dealing with an important client. Wouldn't you want them to have a really good impression of you? And finally, many Singaporeans make this mistake because they have simply picked up all the bad habits from their English teachers. Once you learn to speak a certain way, you are likely to become quite set in your ways if nobody challenges you, and old habits die hard. Now I've come across many Singaporeans who are actually very good when it comes to writing in English, but they have such a strong accent because of the way they were taught to speak English in Singapore. And unless the individual really wants to change the way he talks, that's the accent that you will have for the rest of your life. Too many Singaporeans and Malaysians really get very defensive on the issue of accents. They'll be like,
Hey, what is wrong with the way we speak English You think must talk like Ang Mo, then is considered good English, is it?
I'm merely asking you to treat this like an academic exercise. Imagine you're learning English from scratch and you have to figure out how to pronounce these words in English. What are the rules to follow? So that's it from me for now on this topic. Do let me know if you have any questions on the issue. How do you feel about your accent? Do you think that everyone should learn how to pronounce words properly and correctly? Do you speak like your parents or have a completely different accent? I love talking and blogging about the joys of learning languages, and in fact, I am currently developing an app for that. I will be making an announcement about that very soon on my blog, so remember to check it out. If you have enjoyed this video, don't forget to like this video and check out the rest of my vlog. Thank you very much for watching. See ya!